Hi, I'm Alex Ronsley, play-by-play voice of the Powell River Kings, and welcome to the week that was. In this week's episode, we'll recap the final 2 games of a 7-game road swing as the Kings played in Langley Saturday night and Alberni Valley Sunday afternoon. We'll also talk with Kings captain Chris Williams about his views on leadership. But first off, we'll start in Langley on Saturday night. The Kings rolled into the LEC full of confidence after knocking off the Chilliwack Chiefs 5-3 a week prior. Unfortunately, though, they ran into an early first-period goal and a hot goaltender.
Back the other way as Moyer into the zone, loses an edge and has to send it all the way back to Chishka. Richardson tried to depossess at the blue line, would have been in all alone. Speaking of all alone, here comes Moyer, partial breakaway, check, scores, 5-hole on Jamie Phillips. Scott Moyer's 3rd goal of the season, his first for the Langley Rivermen, and the Rivermen have an early 1-0 lead here. Rivermen try to clear, they do to center, 27 seconds left on the clock. Yahtzee, long shot in on Kruger. Took a deflection. Now loose puck. Side of the net. Adair had a chance. Sent it wide. Back to the corner. Richardson back to the point. Yahtzee. Diving blocked there by Darnell Dick. Yahtzee. 12 seconds left on the game. Schuler. Sideboards. Back down low. Corner. Schmidt trying to find a shot, and this will do it as it'll clear the zone, and the Rivermen skate away to a 1-0 lead against the Powell River Kings.
So Scott Moyer's 3rd of the season and Jim Kruger's 37-save performance earned the Rivermen a 1-0 victory and tied the season series at 2 games apiece. Now with the Kings going through some struggles of late, players turn to their leaders. So I spoke with Kings captain Chris Williams about how he handles these difficult situations.
Chris, being able to break that 4-game winless streak last weekend in Chilliwack, just go back to that period of games where the team wasn't really clicking, and what was the mood like in the locker room?
Well, yeah, obviously when you're not winning games, you're not happy, and it's just guys. We got a lot of new guys, and some of the vets. I think you kind of forget or you take for granted the guys from last year. You're not going to stroll down, on a road trip and win 3 games. This isn't like last year. It's a new season, and I think some of the new guys, they had to get used to the travel schedule and showing up to the rink ready to play, and just coming off the bus and playing a game. That was new to some guys, and it's tough, but we just kept positive. We stayed at it. We worked hard in practice. And yeah, we didn't get off the start we wanted to on that road trip, but more importantly, we finished strong. And we're going to try and build off that momentum that we started in Chilliwack and take it into tonight in Langley.
Back to Friday night against Coquitlam, the 4-4 tie. What are your thoughts on the tie game? Is it deflating not to get the win, or is it, hey, every point counts?
Well, every point counts, but in that situation, we had the lead, right? And we don't want to give away points to teams in our conference. And that was, I don't want to say disappointing, just more frustrating. And I think that made us a little more mad going into Chilliwack that, hey, we want to get 2 points tonight, not 1. We don't want to lose, obviously. Let's just go out there and get the win and get 2 points. So, we played a good game, but you'd like to hold on the lead. But, hey, that's in the past now. And, we went into Chilliwack and we took care of business.
As the leader in this locker room wearing the C on your jersey, what do you need to say after a loss, or is there nothing that needs to be said?
It depends on the situation. Usually Kent comes in and says everything that needs to be said. There's like I said, there's not much that needs to be said. Maybe pull a guy aside one-on-one if he had a bad game or something like that. But really, I really don't have to say anything. Usually Kent handles things like that.
On Sunday, it was over to Port Alberni to play the Bulldogs at the Dog Pound. Scoreless after 20 minutes of play, although the Kings had a couple of golden opportunities to take the lead.
Here come the Bulldogs back the other way. Nowakowski, he's got support in the middle. Drop pass, scores! Jan Kalishnikov's 3rd goal of the season, and the Bulldogs have a 3-0 lead. 6-on-4, Yahtzee, slap shot, ended up being a pass. Side of the net, Schuler trying to find it, couldn't. Yahtzee, slap pass down low side of the net, trying to similar play, it's in, they score! Might be Steve Schmidt on the doorstep. The Kings break out the shutout bid, though. They get one in. Kings on the board. It's 3-1 with 2:05 left in the contest. Final minute of play here in the 3rd period. Jordan Paddock plays it up the middle. Scarf loses it at center. Paddock trailing back, and the Bulldogs will have a shot at the empty net, and they get it in.
Dan Schuler's lone power play goal may have broken up the shutout bid, but it couldn't prevent the Kings falling for the 2nd straight game, this time 4-1 to the Alberni Valley Bulldogs. The Kings end the 7-game road swing with a record of 1-5-1 and head home to the Hat Parker Arena for 6 straight. beginning on Friday night against the Westside Warriors and Saturday evening against the Trail Smoke Eaters. Join us next week for the week that was as we cover both games from the weekend, as well as all the news from in and around the Kings Kingdom from the last set of 7. From outside the Hab Parker Arena, I'm Alex Ronsley.